This is crazy. I'm using a drone to try to catch one of the most painful stinging insects on the planet. That's a warrior wasp nest. I have no idea whether or not this is going to work. Oh my gosh, I think we got one. I am going to finally take a sting from a warrior wasp, one of the most painful insect stings on the planet. Now, I really want to put this animal on the bite sting index, but the only problem is I've been searching for warrior wasps for days, and the only nest I've been able to find is all the way at the top of that tree. So if we're gonna catch a warrior wasp, it's gonna be a real challenge. We're not giving up. Let's see if we can get down to the base of the tree to see, one, if it's climbable at all. Two, if we can maybe makeshift an extra long bug net. This is an extended pole. Here, check this out. Look how long this gets.
Whoa, it just keeps going.
Yeah, I think that's fully extended. All right, yeah, see if we can attach this simple bug net to the end of this pole. Maybe I can climb up high enough is my thought, and I can swoop it down. This nest is easily 30 feet off the ground. I think I see it. Let's get under here and check it out. No, this is not looking good. That nest is 40, 50 feet up.
Only we could just fly up there.
Fly up there. Huh. Fly up there. How much do you think that weighs?
Well, that's really light. It's only a few grams.
It's light, right?
Really light.
Okay. I think I have a crazy idea. Let's get back up so we can get advantage of the nest. I've got a new plan. Let's go. All right. I think this could work. My thinking is because there is nothing in front of the nest and there's enough space there, I might be able to attach this net to a drone, and maybe with enough attempts, we catch one in the net. But let's get the drone out, man. This is it. We're gonna give it a shot. All right, getting a little warm. Sun's coming out. Take that jacket off. Got some tape, set of pliers, got our net, a little bit of very thin twine, but very strong. And then of course we got an older drone. Yes, this drone has already seen a couple of bumps and bruises. With this net to essentially trail behind the drone like this. Okay, first things first, let's get a piece of string long enough. Got it. That is some strong string. Okay, take something just like that. That's gonna do it. That's where we want it. Right in the center, right there. Okay. Now here's the thing, you only have one net. Gotta make sure it's really on there. Not to mention it's gonna have to stay in place. And no, in case you're wondering, I've never attempted anything like this before. This is a first. That's done, okay. Let's see how this looks. So this is the idea. And you guys are gonna let me know if you see any warrior wasps in the net, because as soon as we have a few, or at least one in the net, I'm gonna zing it back down, hit the deck as soon as we can. Hopefully it lands just like that, and then come up warrior wasp ready for a sting test. That's the plan anyway. I have no idea whether or not this is actually going to work. Let's give it a shot.
This might just work, Mark.
If this works, this will be the first time anyone has ever caught a warrior wasp with a drone. Here goes nothing. I'm just gonna record. All right, here we go. All right, fingers crossed. Clear. All right, that's a good sign. Here we go. What we're trying to do is unprecedented. Let me just go up high. I want to see if this I think that works, guys.
It's working pretty
really
good.
Well, I'm impressed.
Ooh, that was bad. You got to go slow. So speed is not good.
Slow and steady.
There's no real prize for being fast here. This is surgical. It's like playing a game of Operation. Oh man, this is cool. All right, I've got eyes on the Warrior Wasp nest. Looks like the clearest path is like right here. You guys tell me if you see me hitting anything with the net.
Okay, we got our eyes on it.
Okay, I'm going in. First pass. There it is. Okay. All right, definitely, I could see a Warrior Wasp on the nest. I have not gotten a swarm yet. All right, they're starting to come out. I gotta turn on sport mode. There it goes. Now they, okay. I didn't want to do that until I got close enough. I am right there, guys. They're not swarming. That net's right there, though.
If you could somehow get that net to swing, I think one will get inside.
Like rock it back and forth. It's right there at the entrance, isn't it? Danger zone. All right, I'm gonna see if we got anything. Okay.
Okay.
Coming out. All right. Dropping the net. All right, nothing. All right, should we go back in for another pass?
Right next to you.
Where?
Right there.
Holy cow, that is a Warrior Wasp. Let's see if I can go catch it.
Okay.
No, it evaded me. Oh man, that was definitely one. Good eye, whoever saw that. I feel like this is meant to be, guys. I feel like we can do this. Gosh, it's like I'm getting excited about getting stung. All right, here we go. Let's try going for another swing. Really want to get on this side. That's the clearest angle. Really don't want to be in sport mode until I get close. This is actually like pretty nice to have this obstacle avoidance right now. Keeps me like off of the tree. So I can just get in there and then I can go manual. All right, going manual. Now I'm seeing, oh yeah. There's a lot more Warrior Wasps hanging out on that nest right now. Oh, I see a swarm. One just flew. Okay, they're starting to come investigate the drone, and that is exactly what we want to happen. Come on, just one. Just need one. I'm gonna try to raise the net up, point the camera down, because that's about where the net should be. Oh yeah, I saw another one fly. This is good. Damn, the net is swinging the wrong way. Oh, it's right there. It's right there. There's definitely more. See that?
Oh my gosh.
Oh no. Oh no. Gotta get a wasp right now, or it's not gonna happen. I'm gonna try to swing the net around a few more times, but we're almost out of battery. If you can't already tell from all the beeping. Jeez. That's it, I've gotta bring it back. Maybe we got it, you never know. Just need one. Guys, I think there's something in there. I see something in there. There's definitely something in there. Watch out, watch out. Where's the other net? It's still there. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I think we got one. I think we got it. Land, 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 land. Yes! Is that? Oh my gosh, we got one! Woo! Oh my goodness. Hang on. Yes, that is a Warrior Wasp. Oh my gosh. Yes! Yes! All right, hang on, let me get it. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, hang on. Let me get in the jar. Let me get in the jar. Come on. Come here, don't you go anywhere. Oh man. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, get in there. Get in there. Get in there. Oh! Oh! Guys, it worked! Yeah, baby! Mwah! Yes! That might be the most amazing catch I have ever had in my whole career. Holy cow. Yes! All right. Oh my gosh, guys, high five. Holy cow. Yes! Yes! I cannot believe that we actually pulled that off. That's the world's first ever catch of any insect that's to my knowledge with the drone. This Warrior Wasp is like, what the heck just happened? Oh my goodness. Now it's time for me to take a sting and officially rate the Warrior Wasp on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Let's set up the table and get this over with. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe that we actually pulled that off. We have set up the Warrior Wasp to enter the Bite Sting Index rankings on Brave Wilderness. Holy cow, I cannot believe it. All right, let's get some supplies out. We don't need this net anymore. I'm gonna keep that on standby though, just in case our wasp decides to make a run for it. Here we go, a few supplies that I need. Got my forceps, there we go. Can't do a sting test without an EpiPen. So just got a new epinephrine pen, and I got an arm. I got this arm. I'm gonna do this arm. I took a sting on this arm yesterday, so we're gonna use a blank canvas for this Warrior Wasp. This is one of the most infamous stings in the world. This is going to be a first time for me, and you can see right here, look at this. This Warrior Wasp is getting ready. It's staring me down right now. And these are notorious for being some of the most aggressive wasps. They will defend their nest with their lives, just like a swarm of bees. These wasps will swarm any would-be predator. In fact, they give a warning sign where they beat their wings together, and it can actually create the sound of drums. They're called the drumming wasp as another name. But this wasp, we know all too well as the Warrior Wasp. Ready to go, ready for battle. And I think that it's ready to enter the Bite Sting Index officially. So we have come up with a brand new sting index that we're going to rank all the world's worst venomous bites and stings on. And instead of coming up with just a pain factor, I have taken so many stings that I can tell you that it's not just the sting that you need to take into consideration. We are ranking this on 3 main factors. We have intimidation, pain, aftermath, all rated from 1 to 10, and then we add them all up and take an average to give the insect or arachnid the official Bite Sting Index for Brave Wilderness. Now, the Warrior Wasp is intimidating. It is all black, it has an iridescent shine, very menacing mandibles, and almost a fighter jet type appearance. When it flies through the air, you can actually see its abdomen sticking up in the air. It's almost like a harrier flying in to feast or defend. And that is why these insects possess such a painful sting. They are famous for their aggression to protect their nest. So when it comes to intimidation factor, I'd say it's pretty tough to get a taller rating on intimidation. As far as pain, I've never taken a sting, so I'm gonna give it a fair and honest assessment as to how bad the sting actually feels. And then of course, the aftermath. The aftermath of the sting is, I think, the most unique part of the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, because it's often not the initial pain that really gets you. It's the days of healing from the damage. And then we will give you an instant score right after the sting. Can I please have the butterfly net? Thank you, Andrew. We are not taking any chances. I think you know full well just how unbelievable it was that we were able to get one Warrior Wasp. If this wasp gets away, that's all she wrote. We won't have a video. So I'm going to use this butterfly net as a bit of a safety net to make sure we get the Warrior Wasp in a good hold. Okay, and then we're not gonna take much time, guys. These Warrior Wasps are very strong for their size, and they can easily get away. So I'm gonna get it in the forceps. I'm gonna put out this arm, and we're gonna take the sting. Camera's rolling, camera's ready.
We're rolling.
This is a one and done. Here we go. Man, I'm getting nervous now. It's like hitting me. Like right now when I'm getting the insect into the forceps, my brain knows that it's about to be sting zone time, and we're about to enter a world of pain. Okay, let's see if I can get a grip in here. Give it one chance, it will fly away without hesitation. Okay. Okay, I don't have a good hold. Can you come and open this, Andrew? Open the bag. I have an idea of how I can do this. There's another set of forceps at the top of this. Thank you. Okay. I feel like it's like a game of Operation. Now she's biting these forceps. Let go. Got the hold. This wasp is so impressive, so aggressive looking. Look at those mandibles. Those are some jaws. I have a feeling this isn't just gonna be a sting test. I'm gonna get chomped in the process, so we're gonna factor that into the score. Look at those wings go. I can feel the air coming off of them. This is a very strong wasp. It's gonna score some major points in the intimidation factor. Here we go, transferring. All right, it's officially time to put the Warrior Wasp on the Brave Wilderness BSI, the Bite Sting Index. I'm gonna get stung right there. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is gonna happen right away. All right, you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. It's stinging me, you see that? Wow. Ooh, stinger's in, it's pumping me. I'm getting bit. Let go. It's not gonna let go. It stung me again. I can't get him off. Ow. Dang. Oh, hang on, guys. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe how bad the bite was. All right, I think we've seen enough. I can tell you what, that is a serious sting, but man, that bite was for real. I'm gonna have to factor that in for sure to the pain score. I did not expect that. Holy cow. The Warrior Wasp, this insect means business. I'm gonna get through the aftermath, but you get to jump ahead. Let's give the Warrior Wasp an official ranking on the Bite Sting Index. Here it goes. On intimidation, the Warrior Wasp looks downright menacing. Its impressive size and appearance screams, "Don't mess with me, I pack a punch." Plus, knowing that this is ranked as one of the 4 worst insect stings on the planet, similar to the likes of the bullet ant and tarantula hawk, definitely made me nervous to take this sting. So for that, I give it a 7 out of 10. For pain, the sting lives up to the hype, which delivered immediate burning pain right through my arm. On top of that, it also packed a nasty bite, which was much worse than I expected, adding to the intensity of the pain that I felt. So for all that combined, I give it a 7.9 out of 10. For aftermath, the Warrior Wasp left me with major swelling and redness for multiple days, and was very tender to the touch. Now, while it was painful, it still fell short of the bone-crushing aftermath from the bullet ant. So for that, I only give it a 7.5 out of 10. All combined, the Warrior Wasp ranks at a 7.5 out of 10 on the Brave Wilderness BSI, which places it in some seriously painful company, at least for now. This bee is ticked, and it is going to sting the heck out of me. 1, 2, 3. We are just outside of our lodging here at Mount Kinabalu in Borneo, but we have been seeing these massive bees flying around the parking lot and in and around the gardens surrounding this property. So I've got my bug net. I'm gonna try to catch one, ID it, and if it's interesting enough, we're gonna put it on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Already starting to sweat. It is heating up, but that's what we want. That's what's gonna bring all the wasps and the bees out to forage. You need heat, you need sun. We've got them both. Oh, you see what I see? Big orb weaver. Oh, look, it's eating. It's in the middle of wrapping up some prey. You're careful, but I think we can step up on this. Yes. Whoa. Let's let it finish wrapping its meal, and then I'll attempt to catch the spider with my bare hands. And it's about as big as my hand too. Now these are called golden orb weave spiders because they have a golden hue to their web. Can you see it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, another insect just flew into the web. Spider picked a great spot. Oh, she's backing off her meal. Gonna go in for the catch. All right, yeah. Okay, got it. Web's still intact. Oh, there we go. Oh yeah. This is a really good size golden orb weaver. Very hard to get a bite from one of these, but it's not unheard of. And I've been told that their venom can be super painful if bitten. Whoa. Look at how colorful its abdomen is. Oh my gosh, it's heavy. You can like feel the weight. Usually spiders feel weightless. Yeah, definitely a few grams on that spider. This is a big mama. This is likely a female, given her size, out here chasing giant bees, only to come across a massive golden orb weaver spider. I'm gonna put this spider back in its web so it can finish lunch. Here you go, girl. Didn't even phase her. Right back to lunch. All sorts of bugs around. Just gotta catch the one we're after. Guys, we got giant bees right here. Roll your cameras, roll your cameras. Got this rolling? Okay. Right in the center. There it is. Nope, there it is. It's up there, I see it. I just got to go for it. Hold this, Asa. It's too thick in there. I'm gonna go around the backside. It's gone. Shoot. I didn't get it. Chased it all the way up here though. Okay, bees are out. Let's go back. I think they like those yellow flowers. Let's go back there, stake it out and see if we can get one. This is gonna be it. All right, guys, let's camp out back here.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, roll your cameras. Got him. Yes, huge carpenter bee. Beautiful blue wings, big bee. All right, here, let me get it into a container so we can get a better look. Yes, that is a really big and black carpenter bee. Oh my goodness, that is a super intimidating bee. And yes, they absolutely sting. It's time to go arm to stinger to find out just how painful it really is. There's our bee. Got our net. Doing the transfers. Gonna need a better container so you can see this bee a little clear. EpiPen. So every insect or arachnid I'm getting bitten or stung by could be potentially a life-threatening allergic reaction. Always got the EpiPen. I'm just gonna put that over here though. Hopefully we won't need that. This is gonna be pretty gnarly. Now let's get it switched to the other container so we can all see it better. The bee, let's see if I can get it gently. Calming down. There we go. This bee has calmed down quite a bit since we caught it. Still have the net on standby in case it does try to get away mid-sting, which has happened before. First thing I noticed, besides the size of this bee, is how hairy it is. It has these long hairs all over its bodies, especially on the legs, the abdomen, and the chest. Just looking at it, it certainly earns the local name, the broad-handed bee. This is a beast of a bee, but let's talk about this species real quick before I take it out of the container. This is what's known as a carpenter bee. And there are carpenter bees all over the world. And the reason why they are called a carpenter bee is because of how they reproduce. Instead of making a hive or a comb like a honeybee, these bees will actually chew into wood, make a pollen ball, lay an egg with the pollen ball in the wood, and then they'll close it off. And that's where the baby bees, the larvae, will hatch, eat the pollen, and emerge as adult bees to do the cycle all over again. But that does not mean that these bees don't sting. They absolutely sting. And get this, unlike a honeybee, they can sting multiple times. So this is more similar to a hornet or a wasp where it can sting repeatedly. You might get swarmed at a picnic by yellow jackets or even honeybees, but these bees are solitary. They're not defending any hive or nest. But when I take this bee out of this tiny container, it's gonna start buzzing and it is gonna sting the daylights out of me. Now let's talk about how we are gonna rate the sting of this carpenter bee. We're gonna rate it, like always, on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. And I can tell you right now, just looking at the size of this bee and how powerful it is, intimidation is gonna be a big score. Pain, I'm gonna be shocked if the pain of this bee gets below a 5. I think it's gonna wallop me. And then of course, aftermath is something we'll have to track for the next couple of days. Don't worry, you won't have to wait. We're gonna skip past through all the waiting. So at the end of this video, you are going to learn where this bee rates against all the other insects and arachnids, scorpions, spiders, things I've been bitten and stung by throughout my career.
I think we're ready for it, Mark.
I'm gonna put this net on standby for everybody. If the bee starts to get away, grab the net and grab it, whoever's closer, okay? I have a feeling I'm gonna be in a lot of pain. I don't know if we're gonna be able to like hold this bee for very long outside of the capsule because it is super strong. So I'm just gonna get right into it. The bee's starting to fly, so I'm gonna have to do it under the net. Okay. Now, like most flying insects, it's gonna go up first. Just be careful. Dangerous game of grab the bee. Have it? I've got it. I've got it. Let go. Okay. Not my best hold ever. Let's see if I can improve this. You see that stinger going? Wow. Oh, it's big. Oh, that stinger is big. The abdomen here. Let's get a better hold. I got it, guys. Okay. Now you can see why we had it under the glass. This bee is ticked. And it is going to sting the heck out of me. Wow, I'm not looking forward to this. 3 times the size of your average honeybee. This is always the hardest part, getting stung. All right, I'm gonna do it right here. Right here. You guys got a shot? All right. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with a giant carpenter bee. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my gosh. Ah! Oh, it's hot. Ah. Oh. Got away. I see a little mark. Good news, bad news. The good news is I did get stung. The bad news is the bee got away really fast. And honestly, guys, that was so chaotic. I tried to recatch it, I couldn't. And you can see this welt coming in right here. I felt the stinger go in. I think I got a full sting, but I'm not quite sure. We've got a little bit of daylight left. I say we take the net. Let's go back down to those flowers, that front line of bushes, see if we can catch another bee and do the sting one more time. I just don't know if I got a full dose, and I wanna make sure. So let's go down real quick, guys. Now don't get me wrong, the sting of the black carpenter bee did hurt, but nothing could have prepared me for the bee that I was about to catch. Oh my gosh, that's bigger, right? Or is it in my eyes?
Well, that's definitely bigger.
Okay, let's go back and do it. No fussing around. This bee is massive. It's so much bigger than the first one. It's gonna be even harder to hold. I'm just gonna do it. You guys ready? Not expect to get a bigger bee. Oh, jeez. You hear it powerful? It is powerful. It's so big. Get down there. All right. One, 2, 3. Oh, wow, yeah. I did not get hit the first time. Wow. Oh, yeah. Did you guys see that sting?
Happened so fast.
Oh, I want to get away. All right. Just get the bee. Get up there, get up. All right. Didn't lose the bee that time, but it got me. That first one did not sting, guys. That first one definitely did not sting. You see the venom coming out of that hole? Oh, yeah. Ooh, that's burning. Oh. Big bee got me. Big bee got me. That bee's so big, it can't even extend its wings inside that container. It's too big for the glass. You guys see that? Oh my gosh. Look at the legs. I got stung by the beast. I'm glad we caught that second bee, because otherwise the Bornean black carpenter bee would have not gotten a fair BSI rating. We're gonna monitor this sting for the next day to judge the aftermath, but you don't have to wait a second. This is the official BSI rating of this giant black carpenter bee. Roll it. On intimidation, this bee's massive size and huge stinger set my nerves on fire. On top of that, it was also incredibly strong and one of the hardest insects I've ever had to wrangle. For that, I rank it a 7.5 out of 10. For pain, the sting of the second bee was shocking and about 10 times as painful as the first. After the first sting, I wasn't sure if this bee was even worth rating in a full video, but after being walloped by the larger bee, I can safely say the giant black carpenter bee of Borneo has a very painful sting, and I was immediately humbled. So for pain, I give it an 8.3 out of 10. Now the aftermath of this sting, like most bees, was the worst part. The sting burned and itched for days and caused swelling so severe that it covered my entire forearm and down to my elbow. Oh, that burns. At its worst, my arm felt like a water balloon ready to pop, so I rate the aftermath of this massive bee a 9.1 out of 10, giving the giant black carpenter bee of Borneo a total score of an 8.3 and rightfully earning a spot way up the ranks of the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Look at this. That is a cow killer. We literally were out here filming me getting stung by a giant desert hairy scorpion, and we were taking a break, and I came over to this pasture and I saw this cow killer scurrying around. Oh, they're fast. They're super fast. Got it. Woo! All right, I think it's my turn to go arm to stinger with one of the most painful stinging insects on the planet, the cow killer of Arizona. Let's go, guys. The cow killer is what the velvet ant is called in the United States because they are often found in cow pastures, and their sting is said to be so horrible that it's painful enough to kill a cow. We don't even have to set up the sting table. It's already set up. Luckily, the sting of that giant desert hairy scorpion wasn't that bad. Oh my God, the venom sprayed, did you see that? So I'm gonna be able to hopefully endure one more before we head home. This is the insect responsible for our most famous viral video ever, with over 83 million views. But I haven't yet taken the sting from this one. Okay, let me get back here. You all right? And not only am I going to attempt this sting test, but I will also be putting the most famous sting in Brave Wilderness history on our brand new and improved Bite Sting Index, where I will rank this sting on intimidation, pain, and aftermath, ranking each from 1 to 10, and then taking the average score to see where the cow killer falls on the official Brave Wilderness BSI. So the first impressions of this cow killer, which is a velvet ant, is that it looks a lot different than the cow killer that stung coyote years ago. It has the exact same patterning and fur, but instead of a red abdomen, it has almost like a burnt orange coloration. And that's the cool thing about velvet ants. They come in a variety of shapes, patterns, and colors. And velvet ant species can be found all over the Americas, but I happen to think the ones here in the southwestern United States are some of the coolest looking of all the species. It's called a velvet ant, but it's not a species of ant at all. In fact, it is a wingless wasp. The males of this species actually have wings and fly around, but they don't have stingers. Only the female velvet ants have stingers, so we know because this one doesn't have wings, it's definitely gonna be able to give me a sting. Now, I have been stung by another species of velvet ant before, the panda ant, where I was the first person to ever document being stung by this species down in Chile. Ah! Ooh, yeah, okay. Definitely took a really good sting and a bite. Ah! I saw a lot of the comments. People were asking, hey, how does that stack up to the velvet ant in Arizona? And I didn't know because I've never been stung by one. Well, I'm about to find out, and so are all of you. Oh man, the reality of this just set in. I have the sting kill out. I will treat this sting with the sting kill as well. This is not a paid ad. This is just something I'm curious about. Of course, I've got an EpiPen just in case I have any kind of crazy allergic reactions. This is a first aid device that will help me get to emergency medical attention should I need it. Hopefully this is just a lot of pain and we don't have to go down that route. And with that, let's get a look at the stinger of this insect. So this is always the tricky part, getting a grip. And they're called the indestructible insect because their exoskeleton, their body, is so strong. It is way stronger than most insects. So I'm not gonna be able to crush it or hurt it whatsoever. Oh, you guys hear that? I already heard something that I was curious about. These insects have the ability to actually emit a squeak that's called stridulation. It's a warning distress signal, an alarm siren, if you will. And this one, I just heard it. Hear that? You guys hear it? Get your cameras close. You'll be able to hear it. Not quite as noisy as the panda ant, but you can definitely hear it. But don't worry, I'm not hurting this insect at all. Now the stinger, look at how long it is. Oh my gosh, look at that stinger. The stinger of the cow killer is one of the longest stingers of all insects. In fact, to the body size ratio, it has the longest stinger of any stinging insect on the planet. Wow. And because this one is bigger, that stinger is much larger than the panda ant I was stung by in Chile. Wow, that stinger is seriously large. Okay, I think it is time to test out the sting of this fuzzy little insect. Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
Okay, first thing I want to do is I want to attempt to let the cow killer sting me on its own. In order to do that, we're going to put it back in the container, and I'm going to just place it right on the usual spot. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh boy, I can feel the fuzz. Oh, abdomen's like right against my skin. This is nerve-wracking. I can see the cow killer's trying to get out of the glass. Just as I thought, not gonna sting on its own. Here we go, I'm gonna flip it over. Woo! All right, hang on. Woo. That'll get your nerves going. Woo. Okay. All right, so you don't really need to worry about taking a sting from this insect unless you really antagonize it by trying to grab it or hold it with a pair of forceps and let it sting you that way, which is what I'm about to do next, because I'm very curious how it stacks up to the velvet ants of South America. Moment's setting in and I'm actually gonna take a sting. All right, let's get a good grip. Just gonna get it right on the back there. There we go. Okay, it's getting warm. She's getting fired up. You can see where I had the glass placed earlier to prove that she wasn't gonna sting me on her own, but she's definitely gonna sting me now. That stinger is firing. You guys got your shot? I'm gonna do it right in the center of that sting zone. All right, I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the velvet ant, the cow killer of the Southwest. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Ah, she's biting me. Nothing yet. got that stinger. Oh yeah, oh, wow. Oh, whoa, way, oh. Yeah, stinger's in. Wow! Yeah, that is way worse than the Panda Ant. Way worse.
What's it feel like, Mark?
Oh, it burns. It really burns. Here, I'm gonna put her back. Yeah, that burns. That definitely burns. She nailed me right there. See that? See that red spot? Oh man, that is gonna swell. That is searing pain. Way worse than the Panda Ant. Like times 10 worse. That is a for real sting. Holy moly. Whew, yeah, that's one of the better ones I've taken. It is, hang on. Wow, I got hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3, the worst one being right there in the middle. And I felt that stinger go all the way in. I mean, probably like at least a 1/4 inch underneath the skin. You can see that there's a little bit of a blood spot, a little bit of redness there from like some hemorrhaging underneath the skin, but you can really see the blotchiness starting to go. I can already tell you right now, the swelling from this tomorrow is going to be so much worse than it is right now, but right now I'm feeling the effects of the venom, the pain, and it is time for me, I think, to get a little bit of sting kill on this sting. Let's go. Hopefully help cool down the burn I'm feeling on my skin. Oh yeah, that's like a dull pain. Cool relief though. Yeah, this sting is way more powerful than the Panda Ant. I don't know if it's a size thing or if it's just generally the Southwest velvet ants, the cow killers are just that much more painful, but that was a wallop. I'm glad to have a little something to help put out the burn from that pain. I can tell you right now though, tomorrow is gonna be the worst day of this. We're gonna have to monitor this thing for the next 24 to 48 hours. I am by no means out of the woods. And now it's time to break down this sting and give the cow killer its official ranking on the Bite Sting Index. For intimidation, I give the cow killer a 7.5 out of 10. Even though they are fuzzy and colorful, once you see that stinger all the way out, all bets are off and you know it means business. As for pain, I was super shocked by this one because I thought it would be at least similar to the Panda Ant. I was definitely wrong. It was many times worse, so I give it an 8 out of 10. Lastly, the aftermath. The swelling and the pain spiked big time in the hours following the sting and well into the next day. While it is by no means a bullet ant, it definitely hurts for a good long while, and I would say the aftermath is much worse than the sting itself, giving it an 8.5 out of 10. That total score gives the cow killer an official BSI rating of an 8. That is the highest ranking so far, and a lot of bang pow for such a tiny creature. You guys ready? You got your shots? On 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh! When it comes to the world of stings, there are titans of pain that stand tall above the rest. Now, I've already survived the dreaded sting of the bullet ant, the warrior wasp, and even the deadly stonefish. But there is one titan that has eluded me time and time again. So today, I am back in the state of Arizona to take on the sting of the one and only tarantula hawk. Let's get searching. The last 5 times I have come to Arizona, I have not been able to catch one of these giant spider wasps. But today's different. It's different because we've been tipped off to a well-known tarantula hawk hotspot. Let me explain to you why this is a great location for tarantula hawks. Reason number 1, water. In the desert, water is life, and it grows flowering plants, just like this one. You see all these honeybees fast at work? This is exactly the same type of plant that tarantula hawk is going to be after. Despite their name, these spider wasps do not eat spiders, they eat nectar. So I think the best strategy for us today is to walk laps around this pond, keeping our eyes to the sky and our ears open. These wasps are so huge that you can actually hear them buzzing in through the air. They're like little fighter jets. Zzz. If we can find one perched up like this butterfly right here, that is going to present the perfect opportunity for me to swoop in with the net. Here we go. Desert's waking up. Got the hummingbirds out now. I think that was a tarantula hawk. Actually, they just flew by. Big one.
Really?
Dang, yeah. Just saw one. Saw my first tarantula hawk. It just went way into the desert. Like no chance, but that was definitely one. They really stand out from the other insects and things flying around out here. I mean, we're talking about a wasp 2 inches long. Today's the day. I can feel it. Today is the day it's gonna change. It's just a matter of patience and persistence. Let's keep hiking around this pond. Got one? Oh. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
Oh!
Where is it?
No, no, right here, right here.
Yep.
There it is.
Yep.
Oh no!
That is one. That is definitely one. Oh my gosh. I can see its bright orange wings and it's huge. That is really high though. That is like 12 feet. I just can't. I can't get that high. It just comes down. Dang it.
The drought continues.
We just have to find the right one.
Yeah, at least this guy's catching stuff out here. Oh, right here, right here, right here, Bart. Whoa! That was huge.
I got one. Right here. Right here. Got it.
Oh!
Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness. And that is a good one too. Oh, yeah, baby. All right. Can't get too excited. It's got to get in the jar to be officially a catch. Okay. Yeah! Yes! I cannot believe that catch. That was so epic. What a fitting way to end the drought of catching tarantula hawks. Oh my gosh, guys. I was like, man, if this doesn't happen today, I don't think it's ever gonna happen. And now, unfortunately, this victory, this victorious moment I'm feeling is about to turn into a world of pain because I've set the table for me to enter the sting zone with one of the colossals of sting, the tarantula hawk. Whew. Let's go set up the sting table. Here we go, it's game time. Oh my gosh, guys. Look at the size of that tarantula hawk. That is a massive tarantula hawk. And I have to say, I have not been this amped for a sting video in a very long time. We have put in the work to feature the tarantula hawk on the Bite Sting Index, and today it's going down. But before we get into that, check this out. Not only did I catch one tarantula hawk, I caught two. And the reason I want to show you both of these insects is because although they look similar, they are very different. And it's important for you to know the difference if you're ever out here in the Southwest and encounter one of these giant flying insects. And the way I'm going to show you how they're different is by demonstrating. Here we go. You ready? You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. And get out the second tarantula hawk from the container. Here we go. You ready? This is one of those moments where you really hope you're right about what you've learned. 1, 2, 3. No sting. And that is because what I'm holding here is a male tarantula hawk, and they do not possess a stinger. Now, the reason why the males do not possess stingers, and this is true in almost all stinging insects, is because a stinger is really just a modified appendage for laying eggs. Now, besides not having a stinger, the only other way to tell the difference between the male and female tarantula hawks are by looking at their antennae. Males have straight antennae, where females curl at the ends. And while side by side, it's also easy to see that females are larger, you typically will never see more than one tarantula hawk at a time. So checking for those antennae is the best way to know if you're looking at a harmless insect versus one that packs one of the most intense stings on the planet. I'm actually gonna transfer her into a bigger glass so we can really see, so she can spread all the way out. You can see how truly gargantuan this wasp is. Okay, there we go. Wow. Oh my goodness. What a monster wasp. Guys, look at the size of that abdomen. This is the biggest tarantula hawk I have ever seen. Now, the reason they're called a tarantula hawk is because how they reproduce. These enormous wasps, one of the largest wasps in the world, feed tarantulas to their young. And the way they do that is they will fly around the desert looking for these giant spiders. Once they find one, they will swoop down like a bird of prey, catch it, sting it, paralyzing the tarantula, and then lay eggs inside of it. So, when those eggs hatch, the very first meal of a tarantula hawk's life is a giant spider. I've seen these wasps dragging spiders across the desert 10 times their size. It's truly unbelievable just how powerful the tarantula hawk can be. And the last thing I just want to note before we get into the sting test is look at the legs of this wasp. They are extremely long. In fact, when you see them flying through the air, you can see those long legs dragging down behind them. And the reason they need to have such long legs is so they can grapple those spiders and inflict that paralyzing sting. They're also covered in tiny hairs. Got some hairy legs there, lady. Well, now that we know why it's called a tarantula hawk, and we've been able to take a closer look, I think it's time for the moment that you all came for. It's time for me to enter the sting zone with one of the largest wasps on the planet. Mark, are you just over the fear of stings by now? No. I always get a lot of anxiety before taking a sting for a first time, especially when it's one of the titans of sting. The tarantula hawk sting is notorious. It's put right up there with the bullet ant. And when it comes to stings that I personally witnessed, I cannot think of one more terrifying than when I saw someone get stung by a tarantula hawk. As much as I've been working hard with the team to find one of these tarantula hawks for this sting test, in this moment, whoo, buddy, I'm feeling the nerves. The sooner I take the sting, the sooner I get to healing. That I know for sure. All right, I'm getting the signal. You guys ready? Yeah. It's go time. All right, guys, this is gonna be one of the biggest stings I ever go through. Got essential first aid on standby, the EpiPen. Oh my gosh. I can't believe the moment has arrived for me to enter the sting zone with this wasp. This is big time. Okay guys, here we go. Now, I'm gonna rate the sting of this wasp on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. So at the end of this video, this tarantula hawk is going to receive a BSI score, and it will rate it against all the other stings and bites that I've ever taken. Will it top the bullet ant? It's time to find out. Gonna remove the glass. Oh man, this is where it'd be very easy for me to take a sting too early. Those legs are so strong. Like if I don't get the right hold right away, it's almost no chance. Shaking. So nervous right now. Gosh, this is always so much harder than it looks. Got it, hold. All right, I'm gonna have to use another set. Oh my gosh, look at how big that stinger is, guys. So strong. Got it. Good hold. I gotta go for the sting, guys. Ready? I'm Mark Binns, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the one and only tarantula hawk. You guys ready? You got your shots? On 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, hang on. I'm feeling lightheaded. I feel like I might pass out. Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine.
Sorry.
Do you want me to put the jar on it right now?
No, hold on, just let me get my nerves going. My legs are shaking, my hands are shaking. I feel like my stomach's in my throat right now. I've never felt this like this before, Sting. This is like next level terror. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is happening. All right, here we go. All right, guys. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Stinger's hit! Stinger's hit! Oh God, I didn't get a good sting though. I gotta do it again. Oh, that hurts. It didn't get good. It didn't get me good. 1, 2, 3. Oh! Oh! Ah! Ah! Oh, it's savaging me! Ah, yeah! Yeah! Ah! 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 Oh! Oh, yeah! Ah! Oh my gosh, look how quickly it's swelling. Ah! 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 It's white hot, white hot. Ah! Ah!
You alright, man?
Oh, it's bad. It's really bad. She got me a bunch of times before the real sting, but the real sting went in. It was so bad. Ah. Ah. Oh. Ah. Describe the pain. White hot. It's like gasoline onto the skin, torched. It's like someone put a match right on it. Ah, that's the real deal. Look at the swelling already. Matter of seconds, it's already swelling up. Oh. Oh. All right, guys. I feel like my voice is going. All right. Well, I've survived so far. I don't think I need the EpiPen, but my voice is shot. And I think it's now time for me to recover, endure the aftermath, and for you guys to know exactly where the 3 o'clock rates on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Roll it.
For intimidation, it's hard to imagine a wasp or any insect more intimidating than the tarantula hawk. But just in case I ever find one, I'll give it a 9.9 out of 10. For pain, it was way up there compared to the worst stings I've experienced. Instant flares of pain rocked my arm and underneath the skin. And the only reason I took repeated stings was to make sure I took a full dose, which I'm sure glad I did for the sake of this index, because that last sting was 10 times as painful as the first 8 or so warning pops. All of that said, I don't feel it was quite as bad as a bullet ant, so it only gets an 8.6 out of 10 for pain. For aftermath, the swelling was severe. My arm ballooned up and the redness extended from my wrist all the way down to my elbow. And the pain lasted for over 24 hours, but was much less severe after just about 30 minutes. However, it was followed by days of very intense itching before it started to properly heal. For that, the aftermath gets an 8.5 out of 10, giving the tarantula hawk a grand score and BSI rating of a 9, making it the second worst sting I have rated so far, and just barely falling short of the current king of sting, the bullet ant. Needless to say, while tarantula hawks are typically non-aggressive, you should never attempt to do what you saw in this video. Take it from me, it was a very painful experience I hope to never have again. Ouch.
Bite from this bug can kill you, and I'm about to enter the bite zone with the assassin bug. Ah, yeah, it's getting me. Oh, yeah. All right, guys, right now I am in the jungles of Borneo on the hunt for an assassin. This is a super creepy crawly insect that both flies and bites. And if I'm able to catch one today, I'm going to take a bite for myself to put it on the bite sting index. But there's a little catch. In addition to the pain I will experience from this bite, there's something a lot more dangerous than meets the eye. And as I'm going through it, I'm going to describe to you why you never want to be bitten by an assassin bug. We're gonna start flipping logs. We're gonna be looking on the leaves, looking on the ground, looking everywhere throughout this really dense jungle environment. There's all kinds of creepy crawlies in this rainforest. Let's search this whole area, guys. This looks really good. The assassin bug we're looking for is either gonna be orange, yellow, or red, any of which are gonna be pretty easy to pick out of this environment because we have a lot of greens and a lot of browns. The colorful pop of these bugs is not something that blends in very well out here in Borneo, but there's a reason why these bugs don't care. We'll talk about that once we find one. This is a cloud forest, and the air is thin. It makes hiking a little more challenging than we're used to. Got one, right here, right here. Get the stick. Now it could fly. Guys, if it flies, I'm gonna spring into action, but I wanna see if you can get a shot of it. You see it on that stick? There it is. Got a red one. Red assassin bug. Andrew, can you hand me a jar?
Sure.
Thank you. See if I can scoop it up before it flies away. I'm gonna put this down. You guys ready?
I'm ready, Mark.
Got it. Got an assassin bug. A bright red one too. All right, it's game on. Oh man, I can see its dagger-like mouth already. Let's go set up the bite table. It's go time. Oh buddy, we got a big one today. I'm ready. At least as ready as I'm gonna be. Okay, the bite that I'm about to endure from this assassin bug, this fire red insect, is not only gonna be something that really hurts, but is also a bite that's definitely going to send me to the hospital. You heard me right. After the shoot, I'm gonna have to seek medical attention for what I'm about to do. Before I tell you why, let's take a closer look at what I'm up against. Okay, here we go. Perhaps the first thing that we notice looking at this assassin bug is its coloration. Bright red, speckled with a black polka dot pattern, and then of course that easily identifiable elongated head with the proboscis sticking out of the face. And that appendage, it's what's going to inflict the pain in today's bite test. Before I tell you about why this insect is so dangerous, let's get a closer look at it so we can appreciate just how unusual this assassin bug is. Now it can fly, so we gotta keep an eye on it. Hopefully it just sits right there. This has gotta be one of the most aposematic looking insects. Ooh, almost flew away there. This has gotta be one of the most aposematic looking insects you could ever see. Oh. I got it, I got it. Right there on that leaf. Okay. Oh no. Got it. Oh. That was close. Almost got away. That was very close to ending this bite test way too soon. Woo! Got my heart racing from that sprint, guys. Okay, well, let's, I'm gonna hold it in the forceps for the rest of the presentation. How about that?
That works, Mark.
The assassin bugs here in Borneo can fly, and most assassin bugs can fly. And they range in sizes from very small insects that are called kissing bugs to very large. The largest assassin bug is called a wheel bug, and we have those in the United States. But they are not anywhere near as colorful as this one. There it is, in a defensive position, attack mode, ready for battle. Let's talk about why the bite from an assassin bug hurts so bad and why they bite in the first place. It's an assassin, it's a predator. It is out there actively hunting other insects and invertebrates to eat. And the way
that it incapacitates and kills its prey is by injecting with that long proboscis a digestive saliva. You can actually see a bead of it at the end of that proboscis right now. That is a digestive enzyme that when enters the body of a victim will dissolve it, and then it will use the proboscis like a straw to slurp up its insides. Oh, yeah. Okay, now let's talk about why this is such a dangerous bite for me to be taking. Some assassin bugs can spread a deadly disease called Chagas. Chagas is a condition caused by parasites mainly found in the Americas, but has recently spread to both Asia and Australia. The reason Chagas is so deadly is because once infected, it typically goes unnoticed for many years until it silently leads to major health problems, including heart failure. The main reason I have not yet ranked assassin bug bites is because of the risk of this silent killer. But out here in Asia, it's safe enough to test this dreadful bite because the chances of me misidentifying the kissing bugs that spread it are almost zero because they do not live here. All that said, I could still get other nasty parasites from this bite, so I will be taking a full parasite blood test when I return to the United States, just to make sure I didn't catch a killer bug by accident. And on top of all of that, I have heard and read that the bite from these Bornean assassin bugs is extremely painful. So handling this insect can not only land you in a world of pain, it can land you in the hospital getting a blood test to make sure you don't get an incurable disease. And with that, I think it's time to rate the bite of the Bornean assassin bug. You guys ready?
We are, Mark. Are you sure you want to go through with this?
Not really, not really. But enough people have been wanting to know about assassin bugs in the comments. I am willing to take a bite from this one to describe the pain and to officially rate it on our BSI. I'm gonna rank this bite, like always, on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. All right, guys. I think I'm as ready as I'm ever gonna be. It's time to go flesh to proboscis with the Bornean assassin bug. Got cameras ready?
We're ready, Mark.
I'm gonna do it right here on 3. Oh, this is like stabbing yourself with a bug. I don't know why, but it's a lot easier mentally to get stung by a wasp or a bee. They kind of do the work for you. This is like I'm looking at that dagger-like mouth part and I'm literally having to pop it into my own skin. I really don't like needles. Man. All right, ready? I'm Mark Benz, and I'm about to enter the bite zone with the assassin bug. On 3, 1, 2, 3. Dang it! Wow! I don't know if I got a good bite though. I gotta go again. Ready? 1, 2, 3. It's biting me. Yep, it's biting me. It's in. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's getting me. Oh, yeah. Oh. Woo. Yeah, that got me. Okay. Yeah, that hurts. Oh, wow. Wow, that is instant fire. Yeah. That is like a hot poker going into your skin. Yeah. Okay. Wow. And yeah, it just keeps burning. I can feel it. I can feel venom. I can feel the venom doing damage under my skin. feels so weird. It's just like simmering under the skin. It almost feels like the blood is boiling around the bite. That was so weird. I've never had a more instant pain from what looked to be a gentle touch. Did you guys see the proboscis? It just kind of like went out like an elephant's trunk. It went like whoop, and then touched my skin almost like a feather. It didn't like spear down like I expected. It touched the skin with the softest landing. I didn't think it was even gonna bite at first, and then I felt something from its mouth go under the skin. I don't know if you saw it. When I was pulling it out, you could see its tongue. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Oh, dang it. It got me. And it doesn't look like much, but it sure hurts. Holy smokes. Okay, guys, well, let's roll the rating on the Bornean assassin bug. Oh. On intimidation, this assassin bug is a standout. With its bright red colors and size, it scores much higher than other assassins you will find. On top of that, they do fly and bite without warning, making them a bug of most concern that you want to avoid at all costs. For that, it's a 7.8 out of 10. On pain, the pop of searing sting was quickly followed by intense burning and welts. It was very much like a hot poker that went in without warning, a sensation that I will never forget and really ranks it up the ladder. So for that, I give it an 8.1 out of 10. For aftermath, the swelling did flare up a lot after the bite, but in the days to follow, it turned into a more typical looking mosquito bite welt. However, this bite, of course, came with the big risk of parasites, and the anxiety of that alone bumps the score up significantly. And then there's the blood test results, which I was very nervous to get, but once I had them, they luckily came back completely negative. So while a positive test would have easily made the aftermath a 10, this time I got away with a 7.3, giving this bright red assassin bug a total PSI score of a 7.7. In this video, I am going to be stung by a bullet ant, one of the most painful stings on Earth, to reveal the truth about the bullet ant challenge. Let's go. All right, guys. So in this video, we are going to attempt to show you a sting adventure uncut. As few cuts as possible, because there's been a lot of comments over the years that our use of cinematic music and macro shots and all the things that we do to make our videos more entertaining hide the truth about the sting videos that have made Brave Wilderness famous. So once and for all, we're making this video to show you exactly how we do it and exactly what's up. There's another reason we are making this video, and that's because we are reinventing the sting index. We're calling it the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index because over the years, having been stung by many creatures from jellyfish to man-o-war to fireworms to all sorts of wasps and ants around the globe, it has become apparent to us that there's a lot of factors not included in the original Sting Pain Index. Not to mention, it's kind of confusing. So let me break down how the new Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index is going to work. First of all, you know, the late great Justin Schmidt created his Sting Index rating out of 4, ranking them from 1 to 4, 1 being the least painful, 4 being the most painful. I think if Justin had to do it all over again today, he likely would have made it out of 10. I don't think he had any idea how famous his Sting Index was going to become, but that's not his fault. So in our new Bite Sting Index, we're gonna rate all of our factors out of 10 and then give an ultimate ranking out of 10. So it's a lot easier to understand. The other thing that we are going to do is we are going to identify some of the missing factors from that original Sting Index. 2 of them that are new would be intimidation factor and aftermath. And that's because after all the stings that we have gone through, these things really matter. How you feel about getting stung by an animal before you're actually stung changes the way the sting feels. Also, the aftermath is in a lot of cases the worst part of the sting, and that's not really identified
on the sting index currently. It's just about the sting itself. So I will get more into the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index when we're back at the table, because we have just arrived right there at the bullet ant nest. I have been to this location in Costa Rica many times in my career. I know where all the bullet ants nests are located on this trail, and this is a good one. So we figured, yeah, let's get a bullet ant from this nest, and this is the catch. So again, uncut, we're gonna have as few cuts as possible. There might be a couple cuts just for technical reasons, but we're not gonna skip ahead. We're not gonna like cut anything out. This is going to be a bullet ant sting as raw and as uncut as we can possibly create. So again, first things first, we gotta catch ourselves a bullet ant. Let me get the shot here so you can see. Is that a good angle? That's a good angle right there. Let me clear that out of the way for you. All right, so you see this tree root right here has a little opening. Underneath this opening is a bullet ant nest. Getting them to come out is easy. Catching them at first was very difficult for us, but since we've learned a lot about bullet ants, it's become pretty easy. Essentially just need a little container and they'll walk right in. So here's how I'm gonna get them to come out. Just a light knock on the door. They should come out right here. Anybody home? Oh, I saw one. Okay. We're being a little shy today, so we're gonna give them a little tickle. Here we go. I hear them. Oh, there we go. See that? Got some bullet ants crawling. And we just need one. But I just want to prove to you that I didn't just come here with a single bullet ant in my pocket. These are real wild bullet ants, no bullet ants inside the container. You guys can see that back there on the other cameras. But let's first get a, there we go. See, that easy. Bullet ant secured, okay. Let's move on. So you're gonna notice we've got our camera crew behind us. We've got Andrew Asa on the A and B cam. I'm using a GoPro for this perspective, but we have our bullet ant. And again, we're gonna try to use as few cuts as possible. The way we're gonna do that is this shot will hopefully never stop. We'll either speed it up or we will make it a smaller picture in the corner so you can see this whole thing unobstructed. I might release just this GoPro clip on the Mark Vins channel. So for those of you who just wanna see it uninterrupted and raw and rough, that's probably the best place to go. You can click on the link in the description for that. But for the Brave Wilderness main upload, we might need a couple shifts in the cut because as soon as we get to the sting table and getting stung, we're gonna need a camera shot much closer than this GoPro can do. So there you have it. That is how we're going to attempt to show you and prove to you just how bad the bullet ant sting really is. And then of course, you know, we'll talk about why we're doing this again for the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. Hopefully it's obvious, but we'll get back to the table and talk a little bit more about that before the sting. All right, cue the fast forward. You guys good?
Great.
All right.
Nervous?
You know, I tend to not get nervous as much anymore before the sting until the insect is in the tweezers, the forceps. Until then, I know I'm safe. So I'm sure those nerves will start to fire off here soon enough. This is the original location of the first bullet ant sting video that Coyote did in 2016. I filmed it. I was right there where Andrew and Ace are. And we thought this was a great spot to come back to, not only because it has some history for Brave Wilderness, but because it's a good place to kick off this new Bite Sting Index. We had to review the classics if we want to move into the future. So I'm gonna put this here. Let's see if we get a good shot out of it. Is that stable, guys? Like I said, uncut, little table malfunction. All good, okay. That looks good right there. Okay. No, this is not the original table that we got bitten stung by in the past. Is a brand new table, but this is the original spot. That bullet ant video right now has over 70 million views. And you know, there's a lot of videos from the Bite Sting series that Coyote has done and I have done that have well over 50 million views. But this new Bite Sting Index is sort of resetting everything as we go and we review some of the most painful bites and stings in the world to re-rank them, to re-rate them. Rating these stings was not done the first time around. This is definitely the main reason why I'm doing this. However, I have seen other creators, other videos posted about how, like, you know, Brave Wilderness, you know, didn't show us the real sting and it was like all movie magic and all that stuff. And I'm just like, okay, why don't we go ahead and make this unabridged version, front to back, full adventure, catch, sting, all in one video so we can silence the naysayers once and for all. I know most of you don't fall into that camp, so don't take that as like the people watching this. This is for the loud few people that have made mention of this, that we just want to prove a point that this is real. All of this has been genuine the entire time. So I got my epinephrine pen because this is the one first aid kit that I will need, first aid tool I will need the most should I go into any kind of anaphylactic reaction. Because I've been stung by a bullet ant before, like this, yeah, I know I'm gonna be fine, but you never know. Allergies can pop up for no reason at all, so I just want to have that as a reassurance that I'm trying to be as safe as possible. And now I am going to switch perspectives to the A camera that Andrew's operating. Say hi, Andrew.
Hey.
Here, let's get Andrew on camera. Say hi.
Hey, everyone.
Asa.
Hey, everyone.
All right, so these guys are in charge of getting the up-close shots that the GoPro can't do. We may need a couple cuts, but again, this GoPro shot will always remain on in some form, even if I have to put it as a tiny, tiny square up in the corner of the video. All right, let's talk talking to you, sorry. Uncut, we would usually redo that, but uncut, we're gonna go right to the A camera. Let's talk about this Bite Sting Index. I mentioned all the factors, but just to cover them one more time in case you've forgotten since then, we're gonna rate all the bites and stings we do on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. And then at the end of the videos, we will go back and we will recover the score on each of those and then make an average that gives the insect or arachnid its official ranking on the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, which I'm also calling the BSI for short because it's a mouthful. Guys, did I cover anything else? Are we good?
We got plenty of cameras rolling. I think we're ready to go.
Oh, let's get that camera rolling. Here we go, another perspective, boom, boom, boom. Got my entomology forceps. Let's get the bullet ant out, just for old time's sake. Let's go through all the motions here. So we've got our bullet ant. We can let it crawl out here. And this one's fired up. A lot of times you'll see bullet ants out on the trail and they're usually very docile, but because I disturbed this one from its nest, where I will put it back, it is gonna be a little more agitated and more sting prone. So I'm not gonna free handle this bullet ant, but I am going to try to get a good hold, gently. Oh, hear the stridulation? Oh, already firing the stinger. Okay, that's a bad hold. That's a bad hold. Come on, buddy. That's a good hold. There we go. Gentle, gentle. Okay, there we go. There is the bullet ant in all its glory. Second largest species of ant in the world. Now, bullet ants are notorious for their sting. They're called a bullet ant because they say it's like getting shot by a gun. I've never been shot before, thankfully, and I can attest to how accurate that that lore is. But I could tell you that the sting of this ant is very serious, and the aftermath lasts for a very long time. And that's one of the key factors of the BSI. The Bite Sting Index is not only rating the pain, it's that aftermath. To make sure that that's a very critical point, because sometimes stings don't seem that bad until the next day. This sting, however, is bad the whole way through. Throw the epinephrine down there. This is bad the whole way through. So I have a feeling this ant, the bullet ant, is going to get a monster score. A lot of the scores that we've done already, you'll notice I have a couple stings here and there, have rated in the mid-7s. I think the bullet ant, this could be a 9. This could be a mega score. Intimidation, ants of course have limited potential in the intimidation department, but because this is the world's most famous sting, I would argue, and it's called a bullet ant, I'm gonna say intimidation is going to be high. Pain, already know, big time score. Aftermath, that's the one you want to stick around for. The aftermath of this sting is truly what makes it a terrifying ordeal. So without further ado, because this is live and uncut pretty much, well, it's not live, but uncut, and we're just trying to roll through it, let's get into the sting. All right, here we go. Entering the sting zone with the bullet ant, hopefully for the very last time. On 3, 1. You guys got a shot?
Got it.
2, 3. Yep, he's got me. Got that stinger shot to prove that it's in. You got it?
Got it.
Come in closer if you need to. Come in closer if you need to. You see that stinger in?
I can see it.
No doubt. Ah, yeah. Yeah, a little bit of a delay, but it's there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Woo, okay. All right, you're about to see some fireworks here on my arm. Yeah, that is super painful. Okay.
Oh man, it's already
Yeah,
firing up.
you see all this redness right here? Let's get the sweat out of there. There's the sting point right there. The bullet ant has a very unique venom feel. You know, wasps have a certain way that they feel that burn. The fierce sting of the bullet ant is like electrifying. It is a electrical fire. You can feel all the tingling, all my nerves under the skin right now, just going crazy. You can see my skin is already freaking out. Look at that. All those blood vessels around the sting. Look at how far it's already traveled. Around the sting, already popping off. When you can see some blood, some broken blood vessel right there where the stinger went in, coming right to the surface. You getting that shot? Yeah, that is popping off. Okay.
I always ask, but
Yeah.
are you okay?
I am okay, Andrew. Thank you for asking. That's funny. I'm glad you mentioned that because it's become sort of famous with my character over the years that the "Are you okay" thing, that comes from a place of just genuine concern, making sure that, you know, everybody's okay after these stings. These are meant to be educational at the end of the day. I realize they're entertaining, but we're real human beings. We're really out here. We're doing this stuff for real. And there is the real risk that sometimes we might need something like an EpiPen, or we might need to get out of here and get emergency help. In this case, I'm just gonna like fight through this, and we are going to officially rate the bullet ant, one of the kings of sting, on the Bite Sting Index for the very first time. Here we go. On intimidation factor, this ant's sting is legendary, and it's widely considered to be the most painful insect sting on the planet. That combined with my painful past experiences, and the fact that this is one of the largest ants on Earth, oh, and I almost forgot, it has the ability to make a shrill scream as they attack. So for that, I give the bullet ant an intimidation score of an 8.6 out of 10. The pain factor of the bullet ant sting is big time. The only reason I was able to keep myself somewhat composed is that I've been stung by this ant before, so I have a little bit of experience. Last time, when I came to Costa Rica, I took a bullet ant sting for a full minute. That's right, 60 seconds of full venom shock and all. So I knew what I was getting myself into today, and I will admit, one sting is not nearly as bad as a minute's worth, but a single sting still feels like fire, electric shock, and hot coals combined that only gets worse after the initial sting, so I have to give it an 8.8 out of 10. The aftermath of this sting is second to none, and is where this insect really scores its points on the PSI. The pain and throbbing afterward was excruciating, and it lasted for at least 24 hours. Over time, the sting swelled, itched, and radiated pain very similar to breaking a bone, and that's not an exaggeration. Because of all that, I have to give the aftermath of this insect a 9.9 out of 10. Combined, this bullet ant sting earns a 9.1, placing it at the very top of the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index. At least that is for the time being. Deep in the mountains of Chile, there is an insect so rare and so elusive that its sting is completely undocumented by science, and that sting belongs to the panda ant. And today, we're going to try to make history by being the first to find this panda ant, capture it on video, and then of course I will take on the sting of the panda ant in a world's first. This is gonna be like looking for a fuzzy needle in a giant wilderness haystack.
it's time to get searching. Now this won't be your average hike. Only a few panda ants have been found in the wild, so we're going to have to search this entire mountain range to even have a chance at finding one. Okay, this looks promising. This open area has a lot of sandy, loose material, which is perfect for the panda ant because it likes to make burrows, and it also allows us to cover a lot of ground fast. Covering ground. That is the name of the game when you're looking for very, very small creatures. The more ground your eyes can scan, the more likely it is you'll find what you're looking for. We're hearing water down below. In the desert, water is life. Let's try our luck in a different environment. Found the water. It looks so good. If you were ever stuck out here in the desert, this water would be absolutely life-saving and perfectly fine to drink running this fast. A little bouldering. Just seeing water is a boost of energy. That feels so good. It's good that we're seeing these flowers. Panda ants feed on a diet predominantly of nectar, so these flowers, good indication we have a food source. There's definitely more life down by this river. Finally feels like we're starting to close in on the panda ant. Seeing these smaller wasps, that makes me feel really positive. I think the trail is heating up. I'm starting to see yellow jackets. Good sign for us right now. This is the insect watering hole. Oh, look at that one. See that one that's chasing the others off? It's got like a panda-like abdomen. You seeing this? You seeing this? The male panda ants have wings. Let's keep moving. Have to be getting close. Oh, whoa, look at all these. Just got to this trail and there are all these burrows. I can't say whether or not these are definitively panda ant burrows, but they're the right size and right shape and in the right place. Finally feels like we're starting to close in on the panda ant. Panda ant right there. Ho-ho-ho! Woo! We got one! Holy! Oh! We were literally just about to give up. It's not a big one, but that is a panda ant, baby! Let's go! Yes! Ah! Got one. But our luck wouldn't end there. As we prepped our presentation and captured the first ever video of this fuzzy little panda, something even more incredible happened. Got another one. Hold on. Get in there, go. They're so fast. So fast, this one's kind of small. Don't want to get stung. Not yet anyway. Yes, 2 panda ants. Holy cow. And this one really looks like a panda. Wow. Not 1, but 2 panda ants. This is such a rare opportunity to film this world-famous creature. There is almost no footage of this species. In fact, this is likely the first 4K footage the world has seen of the panda ant, the world's smallest panda. The first thing I noticed about these creatures were their size. They are teeny tiny. Look at the little capsules that we had to bring with us for this presentation. But not only are they small, they are fast. I cannot believe we actually were able to get them into the containers. It's not likely that we're gonna be able to get very much B-roll of them walking around. All it would take is a small little hole or crack in the ground and they are poof, gone. They got their name, the panda ant, because of that black and white fuzzy exoskeleton, which of course I keep calling them an ant, but they are not an ant at all. They are a species of wasp. And the wingless ones are actually females. The males of this species have wings, but the females do not possess wings. But what they do possess is the largest stinger to body size ratio of any insect in the world. They're related to the cow killer found in the southern United States, another species famous for its massive stinger and painful sting. Both have fuzzy exoskeletons and are classified as velvet ants. However, unlike the cow killer, the effects of the panda ant venom are completely unknown. And with that, it's time to take a closer look at their defense mechanisms. They don't just look like pandas for our amusement. They've developed this coloration to ward off predators to say, hey, I pack a punch, I have a lot of defenses, and you will regret it. Now let's talk about another defense mechanism. Let's bring the microphone in there real close. You hear that? That's called stridulation, which is a high frequency warning pitch that these insects are able to emit. And we're not just boosting the sound. This insect's actually noisy. I can hear it. Look at that. Swinging the abdomen already. Might get to see an appearance of that. Oh, that stinger's coming out. Compared to body size, that is a super long stinger. It will have no problem popping a stinger through my skin. Now remember when I said earlier, this is probably the first 4K footage of a panda ant. Let me also tell you, this is about to be the first ever documented sting of this species. No one has taken the sting of the panda ant. Going into the sting zone with the panda ant is truly the great unknown. I have no idea what kind of reaction I'm going to have, so we brought a couple of emergency remedies. Of course, our satellite phone. If I go into any kind of anaphylactic shock, we will use this for emergency distress calls. In addition to that, I always bring a first aid trauma kit. And in this trauma kit, I always have an EpiPen. That's pretty much our only remedies if this sting gets really bad. For the first time ever, it's time to go flesh the stinger with the panda ant. That stinger is flying. That is a very big stinger. I would say the stinger is the entire length of the lower abdomen. All right, it is time. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the panda ant. Here we go to the great unknown of the world of stings. 1, 2, 3. Yep, stinger's in. Stinger's in. Oh, I dropped her. Where'd she go?
Oh, it's here.
Definitely stung me.
Maybe under the wall.
Yeah, let me see. They're so fast. And they blend in perfectly where she can't have gotten far. Let me look around.
Here, I'm gonna look over here.
All right, yeah. Keep looking, keep looking. Oh no! Oh! Well, unfortunately, I dropped the ant. She definitely gave me a sting before hightailing it out of here. We've got 2 distinct sting marks. I would say it's probably similar to that of a hornet, but luckily for us, we have one more ant. In fact, this is the one that looks most like a panda. So, it's time to see if the world's smallest panda packs a potent punch. Gotta get a good grip. I know it looks easy, but it is so hard to get a good grip on these tiny little panda ants. There we go. Okay, stinger's going. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, yeah, okay. Definitely took a really good sting and a bite. See this panda's jaws locked into me? I think this panda ant's bite is worse than its sting. Definitely getting little micro stings. This tiny panda ant just might not be big enough to deliver a full punch. Okay. Well, you can see here, I got 2 really good stings from the ant that got away. And then I probably have, I don't know, like a dozen little micro stings. I left it there for a while, but there was 1 or 2 really good ones. Oh my God, there it is. Got it. We just found the first panda ant. Wow, I cannot believe it. What am I supposed to do with you? You ran away, and now you're back. Should we try to get like another wallop? All right, well, gonna go for another sting. I don't know if I got a full one that first time around. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, got me. It's biting me. Ah, ant stinging me. Got a good one there. Ah. Okay, yeah, all right. Really not a remarkable sting, even though we're getting a lot of redness and little micro swelling around those sting sites. This might have been the world's cutest sting. The sting of the tiny panda ant is no match for its growl. All right, let's let this little panda back into the wild. While the pain was manageable right after the sting, the secondary reaction roared back the next day, where I had redness, swelling, and a relentless itch. So while the panda ant might be cute, the sting of this tiny insect should definitely be avoided. This could be the one that sends me to the hospital. On 3. I am terrified. Tonight, I am on the hunt for the only deadly scorpion to live in the United States. This is a creature that should be avoided at all costs, but if I can catch an Arizona bark scorpion, I will intentionally take a sting, describe the pain, and show you an experience that has caused multiple human fatalities. Black light on, let's get searching. Over the years, I have been no stranger to experimenting with stings from the world's most painful creatures. But after surviving a horrible stonefish sting in Australia, I thought the worst pain I could experience had been set. That is, until this video. The bark scorpion is the only scorpion in the United States that is known to possess a potentially life-threatening sting. Every year, hundreds of cases are treated in hospitals all throughout the Southwest. So as much as this video will be shocking to some, it's an important lesson on how to identify this dangerous scorpion if you ever find yourself in this terrifying situation. So the sun has completely set, and you can see how much area I can cover with my blacklight. Now, the reason I am using the beast, as we call it, as a tool for tonight's search is because, like almost every scorpion on the planet, the Arizona bark scorpion will glow green underneath the blacklight. Now, this flat area, not a bad place to look for scorpions. You can find them here, but the best place to look, down in the wash, which is just ahead. Let's go this way. So this is a scorpion hole. No scorpion, but see how it's long ways? That's from the pinchers coming out this way. That's a big scorpion den right there. Got a scorpion right here. Scorpion. I can't tell what kind it is, but I definitely have one. See it right here? Right there? I'm going to carefully move around here. Oh, it's on to me. Got him. All right. Yep, it's gonna pinch me a little bit, and then before it calms down. Okay, look at that venom at the tip of the tail. Ah, let go of me. Ah. I've got a good hold. Look at that. I mean, unmistakable, right? Like, you are not gonna miss something glowing out here in the desert that color. But unfortunately, this is not the bark scorpion that we are looking for. This is actually a very small desert hairy scorpion, one that I have already been stung by. Oh, you're pinching me. One that I have already been stung by for the Brave Wilderness Bite Sting Index, but this is a good sign that there are scorpions on the move. Let's put this little desert hairy back down where we found it and keep searching. Bye, buddy. Got a scorpion. Oh. Don't spook it, don't spook it, don't spook it. Got it. Oh my goodness. Bark scorpion. Bark scorpion. Look at that. This is the most dangerous scorpion in all of North America, and one that has actually been responsible for human deaths. Okay, get it in jar. Relax. Woo! Okay. Oh, I cannot believe we found it. We were about to give up and head home for the night. Sure enough, this is the scorpion that I will now go up against
to show you what it's like to get stung by one of the most feared arachnids in the world, the bark scorpion of the United States. Let's go set up the sting table. Here we go. That is the real deal, the bark scorpion. When it comes to scorpions that could be potentially dangerous and even life-threatening, the bark scorpion is the only scorpion that lives in the United States that's considered potentially deadly. And if you're wondering if I'm nervous, I am terrified. This sting pushes the limit. I hope I can make it through this one, guys. This one could be bad. I'm gonna take the scorpion out of the container so I could show you some of the key identifiers to know if you're looking at the Arizona bark scorpion or not. Okay, here we go. There are three main things you want to look for. See how the claws are very elongated. They're not powerful. They do not hurt. They can't really pinch you like a giant desert hairy scorpion could. Yeah. These claws are very delicate and they just use their claws for eating. They're not using those claws to capture their prey. What they are using though is their extraordinarily potent venom. If you look at the tip of the tail, the telson is what it's called. At the base of the stinger, the bark scorpion has a tooth. See that little notch? I can barely see it with my own eyes, but it's there. And that's how I was able to confirm this is a bark scorpion. No tooth, no bark. The third and most practical way to know that you're dealing with the bark scorpion is just by observing how you found it in the first place. Here we go, watch this. See that? Ran right underneath this piece of wood, hanging upside down. And these scorpions like to hide like this, guys, out of sight, inverted, underneath objects. So you can see here easily why people often get stung by bark scorpions. You're doing yard work, you pick up a piece of wood or a rock, you don't see the scorpion, you accidentally grab it, bam, you're stung. And what's worse than that, you often don't even see what stung you, but you sure can feel it. Now, it's time for the moment that I have been dreading for over 15 years, ever since I started coming to the Sonoran Desert. Quick PSA, I feel obligated to tell you, like I always tell you, but this one, guys, I'm very serious. Never attempt to recreate what you are about to see. All right, guys. Here we go. I hope I'm going to be okay and that this is just very painful in terms of an experience, but there's a chance that this might be the one, this could be the one that sends me to the hospital. Like we always do for the Bite Sting Index, I'm going to rate the sting of this scorpion on 3 different factors: intimidation, pain, and aftermath. I am intimidated, very much so. The pain, I believe, is going to be very severe, and for aftermath, this could be a high score. My heart is beating out of my chest. I absolutely feel fear right now. This is for real, I'm doing it. I'm Mark Vins, and I'm about to enter the sting zone with the Arizona bark scorpion. I am terrified. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Wow! Oh, that's painful. Oh, that's terrible. Oh! Whoa! Holy smokes! Oh! 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 Oh, you gotta put it away. I gotta put it back. Oh God, that's so bad. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Oh! 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 Ah! Oh my gosh, guys, it's so bad. It's just my whole hand's numb. My whole hand is numb. Radiating heat. It's like it's so painful. Oh my gosh, I have never felt instant pain like that. I thought it was gonna be bad, but I did not think it was gonna be this bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, more painful than Stonefish. It's more painful than Bullet Ant. It's way more painful than the Bullet Ant. Oh.
Wow, we have a new king today.
Oh gosh, it really burns. It really burns to touch. It's so tender. So tender, all through my finger. Oh gosh, and it hit me like I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready for that. I was not ready. I was not prepared for it to be this bad. Oh, it's getting worse. It feels like my whole hand's just like wanting to like curl up and seize. My whole finger is like almost like going paralyzed. Ah, that hurts. Oh, and it's swelling bad. Look at that. Look at my finger swelling up. Ah, yeah. Oh my gosh. Never in my life have I felt a pain so shocking and so jarring. And what's crazier is the build of this sting was the first time I seriously thought about going to the hospital. In over 10 years of making videos on Brave Wilderness, I've never had to go or even thought about going. But this sting gets scary. For intimidation, this scorpion gets a huge score because it is well known for being the worst and most dangerous scorpion in North America. No other scorpion even comes close to being as feared as this one, and for that, it gets a 9.8 out of 10. For pain, I know I've had gnarlier looking stings before, like the bullet ant and the tarantula hawk that made my arm flare up right away, but this one was worse by far. It was like being struck by a lightning bolt of pain that made me jump up in the air and my whole hand shocked into numbness within a matter of seconds, leaving behind a pulsating pins and needles electrical fire in its wake. Simply put, it's a solid 10 of 10. For aftermath, this is where it got bad. The electrical pins and needles in my hand got worse, almost too painful to even touch. And then it started to spread. First up the top of my arm. Then my whole arm up to my elbow went numb. And that radiating Charlie horse pain got worse and worse and worse. And as the pain started to creep past my elbow, I thought I was certainly going to need to go to the hospital. And I'll admit to you right now, I was terrified that I had finally pushed it too far. And I told myself, if it gets to my shoulder, we're going. But luckily for me, it stopped just short. And after about 12 hours of numbness, it retreated back to my elbow, and by the next morning, it was only radiating in my hand and wrist. All in all, it took 4 days to regain feeling in most of my hand, but my finger and thumb took a full week to recover. So I'm sure by now you've guessed it, the aftermath was also a 10 out of 10, giving the Arizona bark scorpion a total BSI score of a 9.9, which easily dethrones the bullet ant and making it the brand new king of sting.
If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to search for the Brave Wilderness channel on YouTube so you can join me and the crew on our upcoming adventures.